Okay. Page 17. This is for reimbursement of fingerprinting fees. And I was just wondering, was the fingerprinting for employment with the township? Like if I mean, I don't know,
Council President, what page is you
I'm
referring to,
sorry,
Councilwoman?
17.
I'm going to ask Deputy Chief to respond to that one. What's the amount, Councilwoman?
$251 fees. It says a reimbursement for fingerprinting fees for two separate individuals. And I was just wondering, was this for them to begin employment with us, or? Oh. Okay.
I can find that answer for you and get that back to you.
Okay. Well, maybe this should go to Mr. Grun. And then the other question is, it's a reimbursement for one of the employees for $420. So if we could find out what that, and it definitely says senior citizen education. So if we could find out what that was for, I would certainly appreciate it. Even if I get an email, because we're not meeting again till after the new year. This is page 19, and this is Department of Recreation. There are several fees, licensing fees. However, they're for the schools. It's Woodbrook, Monroe, Ben Franklin, Washington, Lincoln, and Menlo. And I was wondering why we're paying for the licensing fees for the schools.
All of our ABC locations are licensed by the state of New Jersey, so we have to have our own license for the after-school childcare.
Okay, I certainly understand that. And then there's, and I think we may have spoken, maybe this was last year, I didn't think a whole year had gone by. There are 4 $200 fees for you and 3 others in your department. And it's NJRPA Incorporated.
That's the membership for the New Jersey Recreation and Parks Association. And as 3 of us are all certified as recreation administrators, we have to take certain seminars or workshops that they provide, and it's always cheaper as a member.
Oh, okay. Is it a whole year since this came up?
I think we're usually late in getting our membership. I was going to wait until the budget was adopted before I put it in, but time was passing, so.
Okay, and don't leave yet. I have one other question. Down at the bottom of page 19, it's the horse-drawn hay wagons. I'm certain that was probably for the Halloween,
No, that was for the tree lighting.
for the tree lighting.
We had 3 or 4 horse-drawn wagons coming from the holiday show at Herbert Hoover. They came up the road that the American Legion is on behind the
Brower?
school. Yeah, Brower. Dropped them off on Amboy. They walked to the tree lighting, and then they were given rides back because most of the people were parked at Hoover. It was just an added little
$3,400.
fun thing. It was part of the budget for the event, so I mean, we did anticipate it.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, and down at the bottom of page 34, this is CALIA again. It's the specialized services. This is law enforcement. This $5,916, is this part of that $71,000 contract that we gave CALIA?
That is correct.
It is.
It's for the Rogers Group to come in, and that would be their monthly fee for the accreditation process for the police department.
And what is the accreditation again, Deputy Chief? I'm sorry.
Well, for the sake of saving time, I'd be more than happy to talk with you about that offline, because that is a subject that we went into before at length, to get the police department accredited.
Okay. Well, if the public can't hear, then I don't have to hear it either. Thank you.
Anything else, ma'am?
No, that'll be it for me. Thank you, Council President.
B, resolution authorizing refund in the amount of $34,588.40, redemption of tax sale certificates. Any questions? And then C, resolution authorizing refund of tax overpayments totaling $953.41. Any questions? Then we had the resolution authorizing the refund of a sewer charge overpayments totaling $186.50. Any questions? Resolution authorizing duplicate tax sale certificate. Any questions? And finally, from our Department of Finance, resolution canceling taxes on 125 Whitman Avenue. Any questions or comments? All right, I'm going to turn it over to our counselor for the Department of Law.
Thank you, Council President. The first two items are items we've actually talked about with Shirley Bishop. The first is the resolution actually petitioning TCOA the adopted housing element and fair share plan. The second item is actually the allocation of sufficient resources for any shortfall. The third item is actually the Meadow Road Recycling Center. It's an introduction of an ordinance to authorize the lease. As you may be aware, this is actually the third time we've gone out to bid on this. The amount is actually increased this time. The bidder would be Empire, and the amount is $50,000 per year, which is more than what the prior bid was. So we have to award this lease by way of ordinance. The next item is the resolution that reappoints the township engineer. Statutorily, the township engineer is a 3-year appointment, and his appointment is actually up so at the end of this year. So there is actually a resolution on to reappoint the township engineer for a 3-year period of time, and the statute, the Title 40 Act does require that it be a 3-year appointment. The next item is a resolution authorizing the release of escrow funds for the Ford Motor Company's demolition. This is a resolution, this was posted in 2004 by Ford relative to the demolition of their site. $200,000 was to guarantee that the demolition would be conducted properly, that the roadways wouldn't be disturbed, et cetera. This is a resolution authorizing the release of those escrowed funds. James, I'm going to let you cover the next item.
Thank you. Thank you, Council President. Council members, in front of you this evening is an ordinance that is a collective effort from the administration, the Division of Police, and the Department of Law. And it's a result of several meetings that the administration has had and the police have had with the public regarding the parking situation around the Edison Township train station. There was a proposal out there to try to make the parking more convenient for the residents. And what this ordinance tonight, and if you look, you have an ordinance and you have a color-coded map that's provided. Perhaps I'll explain the map to make it a little bit easier. What you see outlined in yellow is currently all the streets listed in Section 717 regarding residential permit parking. The areas that are now designated in blue will be Zone 2, and what's designated in red is going to be Zone 1. And if you can look, really the red areas seem to be the hot spots closest to the train station. Blue kind of gets outside into the neighborhood, and then yellow, which is now going to be strictly Zone 3, where it's not in blue, is going to be Zone 3. So the first part of the ordinance, what we did is we removed Greenwood Avenue and Shepherd Place from parking prohibited at all time, and we put it into Zone 2. Second part of this ordinance, if you look here, we're going to delete in the entirety the existing 717A, which is the residential parking, and we're going to reallocate the streets currently identified in this ordinance into the different zones. Every one of these streets that you see currently here that have been deleted are included in one shape or format in either Zone 1, Zone 2, or Zone 3 for parking.